Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast. Man, we are back at it again, or I'm back at it again, because it's that time of year again, and it's gambling. Time to make that money. So today's the first day of the grind, man. This is day one of the grind. That's how I'm going to say our first gambling episode of the year right here. It's going to be a lot of season-long bets. And then we'll go week by week. You'll either see me or the Craft Man solo doing what we do, placing bets. But like I said, today will be some season-long bets that we have placed. 4 members of the crew of the Fake Stuff Podcast has placed 14 bets season-long. So every bet that I'm going to say today is a bet that's been looked over, examined, talked over, discussed, and we came up with 14 of them. So we got 17 prop bets on Prize Picks, underdogs, and then we got 7 over and unders for win-loss totals this year. And a lot of those came about if you go check out our podcast episodes, our division breakdowns. When you get to talking them out, it was easy to kind of be like, man, I like this team to win this amount of games and stuff like that. Have the gambling odds out in front of you, checking it out. But, 14 bets, back at it again, Craft Man, Noah Bubble Blower, who's on the podcast. They like to take over the prop bets. And then me and Poor Man P. Miller, we like to look at these game lines, get into it, starting off hot and everything. Trying to start off hot. I know last year, the first 10 weeks, one of the hottest streaks we've had NFL-wise. And, check me out, Crew Matt Ham. Check out our college football. 9-1 to start. 9-1 to start. That's you win, make that money, build it up, do it again, repeat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, NFL. This is what we do at the Fake Stuff Podcast. This is why we can't be the Cruise Dynasty Podcast, because we like to gamble, we like the redraft, we like the best ball, we like the dynasty. So you get the Fake Stuff Podcast, and one of our main things is the gambling. So really, what I would say is, if you want to check out what we're dishing out this year, check out our gambling on the YouTube page. Man, I got all these bets. You can see it on the screen. In the past, I've typed it up, put it in the description of the podcast. But now, since we went over to YouTube, check it out. Check out our YouTube if you want to see everything. Of course, I'm going to say everything out loud, but if you want to see it in writing, words, check us out. Fake Stuff Podcast, season-long bets that the crew has placed. Every bet that we have seen that is on this screen, or I say out loud, is a bet that somebody in the crew has placed. So I'm going to start with some over and under win-loss totals for this year, right before the season starts. So you got a few days to knock these ones out. First one, Cincinnati, under 9.5 wins at plus 105. And listen, man, this is all it just goes with, what do you think the Bengals are? And the Bengals really are just a good offense with these great weapons, great for fantasy football, but their defense is terrible and their O-line is terrible, which ain't good for winning football games. So under 9.5 wins for the Cincinnati Bengals, in a tough division too. I mean, still got the Ravens. Hey, not to mention the Bengals always start off slow. Every year they always starting off slow. So if you get behind the 8 ball, you drop a game to the Browns week 1. That under starts looking real good. My next one, Washington Commanders, under 9.5 wins. And we all know what this is about. Sophomore slump. Sophomore slumps be happening. I believe I didn't exactly place this bet, but I'm with it 100%. So, they had a good year last year, and they went super far in the playoffs. Washington did, and by beating Detroit, stuff like that. So I feel like the hype is up there. 9.5 wins. That's a good win total. I mean, they're still going to be a good football team, but I expect them to decline. And the next one, Kansas City Chiefs under 11.5. And I'm with this whole storyline. I'm going to go ahead and get the next one too, because the next one is Chargers over 9.5 wins. So you got Chiefs under 11.5, Chargers over 9.5. Listen, this just kind of goes on with the storyline of what this division is going to be this year. I think a lot of people are looking for the Chiefs to fall off, myself included. 11.5, that's a lot of games to win, and they won a lot of games last year by one possession. But the formula stays the same for the Chiefs. Defense, good defense. Dinkin and Duncan, ball control with Patty Mahomes. So, that's the way it rolls. But I just think the game plan is the same. And then Jim Harbaugh comes with the Chargers, and Jim Harbaugh just wins games. And they're going to pound the rock. They got Najee Harris. They got Omarion Hampton up in there now, an elite quarterback, and Justin Herbert. I do believe this could be the time where the Chiefs get overtaken. And I believe the Chargers are going to be that team, because not only the Broncos, talk about a sophomore slump, but the Commanders, same thing. Bo Nix, maybe look for him to slide back a little bit. So I think Chargers are very, very sneaky. Pittsburgh Steelers over 8.5 wins. We all know what this is about. Mike Tomlin has X amount of years, whatever it is, going 500, and I just imagine they'll probably do it again. You know what I'm saying? This is just a bet on Mike Tomlin keeping that little stupid streak alive where the Steelers fans get super happy because they stayed over 500 again. Actually, I say that. I don't know if the fans are happy about it, but the media sure is. Good Lord. Chicago Bears under 8.5. See, the first 5 bets, I'd say, probably a little more risky. They're closer in the odds, closer to that, almost close to a pick 'em either way. Chicago Bears under 8.5, easy. Minus 155, easy money. Easy money. Probably one of the easiest ones. We was on our divisional episodes, and Craftman, I pointed out, Chicago Bears is at 8.5. The Minnesota Vikings are at 8.5. So it's like, you feel better about betting the over on the Vikings than you do the Bears. The Bears are the Bears. That's just one thing about it. Like, we got to hope that they improve. And even if they do, let's hope their offense improves. But that don't mean they're going to be winning football games. So 8.5 wins, minus 155. Got one more easy one. Atlanta Falcons over 7.5 wins, minus 165. Look, this is one I placed because hey, I love the Falcons this year. 7.5, that's easy. And if they could start off week 1 with a win over Tampa Bay at home, Tampa Bay a little banged up. If they could go ahead and start right from the jump with the win, man, easy money. Atlanta Falcons, I'm all in on the Falcons, man. 7.5, that's too easy. So, those were the 7. Let me make sure that's right. 7 bets that we placed this year on team totals. Like I said, Falcons over 7.5. Bears under 8.5. Pittsburgh over 8.5. The Chargers over 9.5. Chiefs under 11.5. Commanders under 11. Oh no, Commanders under 9.5. Bengals under 9.5. So, another one I've been calling the demise of the Miami Dolphins. But I think everybody's just in on them falling apart because I went to go place my bet on them, and you can't make no money on them. It was like minus 190 on the under on their wins, 7.5. So, yeah, I mean, we added again, and let's go to prop bets real quick. Look, like I said, man, if you want to check out all the over and unders, what we just saw, check us out on YouTube, man. Check out the Gambling on YouTube. That's where it's going to be easy to see our stuff this year. Prop bets. We're going to call them prop bets this year because we don't want to be just saying prize picks because, prize picks, underdog, dabble, wherever you play, your little prop bets or whatever, just cash them out. And I've honestly liked Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best, but it took me a while to get on it. Underdog, I like Underdog too, but it's more of a best ball website for me. This right here is the best work you get right here from the Craft Man and Noah Bubble Blower. We got 7 prop bets from players this year. to make that money in the first one. Bijan kind of goes along with what I was saying. Falcons, a lot of people are high on the Falcons. You got to think the Falcons are a Bijan, Drake London, Michael Penix type of team. So Bijan over 10.5 touchdowns this year. Easy money. That one's an easy one. Joe Burrow over 4,199.5 passing yards. And look, it just goes along. We have these scripts, I guess is what I should say. I'm all about the game script. I'm all about looking to see where the money goes. I say for this episode specifically, we got a little season script going because it looks like, Craftman placed these bets on the Bengals. The Bengals are just going to be explosive on offense, terrible on defense, which is good for fantasy, which Joe Burrow is going to throw for a lot of yards. That's just the truth. He's going to throw for a lot of yards. Look for this one to hit 4,200 passing yards. They're going to be slinging it. They got to score 30 a game anyways to win. Man, Mike Evans, his over and see, I don't know why they don't just set it at 1,000 because 17 games, 18 game season, 17 football games, 975. That's just not a lot of yards for Mike Evans to have to get. I look for him to get 1,000 again. It's not even that impressive to get 1,000 yards anymore in a season like that, in my opinion. So 975, that's super low. I would look for Mike Evans to do it again. Keep his little streak alive. Josh Allen over 27.5 pass touchdowns. Look, it's just all about Josh Allen being the man. I think his division's kind of stepped it up a little bit, got a little bit tougher, but Josh Allen, just look at him to do his thing. They're trying to win the Super Bowl, so easy money if you believe Josh Allen's going to go off. This one right here, Nico Collins over 6.5 receiving touchdowns. Whew. I don't know, man. Too easy. George Kittle over basically 900 yards. He needs 900 yards, 899.5. George Kittle needs 900 receiving yards. Seems kind of a lot, but hey, San Francisco's beat up. All their wide receivers are hurt. This looks like it's going to be a CMC George Kittle team. Their main guys, George Kittle's always vibed with Brock Purdy. So, just I don't know. If you're high on George Kittle this year, 900 yards is the mark. DK Metcalf, I was just kind of doing the math on this one. Over 66.5 receptions. I believe this is one of the Craftman placed. He's been in on DK for a little while since we've been, discussing the offseason and whatnot. But 66, it's basically like 4 catches a game. If you think Aaron Rodgers is going to hyper-target his number one guy, this one, 66.5 seems pretty easy, especially if he doesn't mind, if Aaron Rodgers don't mind just slinging it up to DK Metcalf at this point in his career, So I don't know, easy. Let me recap real quick. And like I say, check us out on YouTube. It's all right here in front of you. Bijan Robinson, over 10.5 touchdowns. Joe Burrow to get 4,200 passing yards. Mike Evans, man, all he's got to get is 976, over on 975.5. Josh Allen, over 27.5 passing touchdowns. Nico, over 6.5 receiving touchdowns. Man, George Kittle to get 900 passing or receiving yards, and the DK Metcalf to get 66.5, the over at 66.5 receptions. That's 14 bets, season-long bets that I feel pretty confident about. The crew feels confident about. Basically, this is, our goals for our gambling. It's one of our main things. Our goals this year is to keep winning and to keep building that bankroll management. That's what I like to call it. Bankroll management, man. You win your bets and then you save that money. So then you can build your money up and make bigger bets and build it up. So you just, what I'm saying, like gambling is not a get rich scheme. It's not something, you hit big, you get rich, yada, yada. No, you stay disciplined. You win the play, take the money, put it to the side, win the play, win the next play, win the next play. And don't do nothing crazy. You know, you don't see us posting too many big long parlays. I'm all about some 2 legs. Like I like to match it up, 2 legs, especially if there's somebody you really want to put money on, but you can't make a lot of money on them because of their odds. Sometimes you got to match it up with a 2 leg. I do it with UFC all the time. Like if you check out the Fake Stuff podcast, check out some of our other podcasts we do. We're all about gambling. It's our main thing. If you got a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLING. But other than that, come with us. We're trying to win the play. And once we win the play, we put our head down, get back in the lab, and we do this shit. And we just do it again, bro. We do it all again. We're about to do it for 18 weeks straight. Gambling is our main thing here. Well, I say that everything's our main thing. But gambling during the season, this is what we do. You're going to hear me and Craftman once a week breaking it down. I mean, if anything, we'll just sit in front of this camera and just talk it off for a little bit and just yada, 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 and yap, just so y'all can see everything that we have done, every bet that we have placed, so you can see it out in writing. In fact, since I'm here and I'm on YouTube, everything, it's all in front of me. Every bet, like I've said a million times, is a bet that we have placed. I'm just going through and showing every bet on the screen again. If you want to check us out on YouTube, that'll be great. But share the show. Share the show. Don't be a hoe, especially this gambling stuff. Really share the show, and you know, it helps us grow. We don't really ask for much, but hey, gambling's our best thing that we like to do. It's like the thing we take most pride in because we like to get shit right. But I'm just rambling right now because I want to put up every bet that we've placed, putting it up on the screen. I just want to thank everybody for watching the show and listening to the episode. Subscribe, share the show. But with that said, I'm out.